What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Don Rico back at it again. I got a bit of a different vid for y'all today. So what I'm about to do is I'm gonna very briefly review some of my newest skincare routine. Now, all of this new skincare routine is something that I'm experimenting with, and this is based off of South Korean beauty styles in terms of like their skincare, in terms of how they take care of their face. Now, I know that I got a lot of this going on right now. I'm gonna get that settled with my barber later this week, but that's neither here nor there. I just want to go over very briefly what the products that I'm using. Hopefully this is not going to be a long video. I don't want to take too much of your all time, and I don't want to take too much of my own time because I got stuff that I got to do still after this. So without further ado, let's dive right into my newest skincare routine, which is a bit more comprehensive than what I normally would engage in. So let's check it out. So catch y'all on the flip side. All right, y'all. This what I have right here is my new skincare routine. Now, again, this is slightly going to be a different take of how I normally approach my skincare routine. Because, you know, summer's coming up. I got to look good for summer. And because of all the sweat and the sun, I got to really like amp up my skincare routine. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I have right here. I got about like 6 products right here that I want to try. And again, this is what I just said off the top of this video. This is primarily driven or inspired by South Korean beauty standards in terms of how they take care of their skin and face, largely. I'm probably going to experiment this for about a month, and I'll probably make an update video as to how it has affected my skin and the effects that I'm seeing, whether positive or negative from that point onward. But this is something I wanted to experiment because I just need to try something different. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into each product. Now, I don't comprehensively know, as a disclaimer, I don't comprehensively know each of the product. I just know that in terms of this South Korean's beauty skincare routine, they have a unique process called double cleansing. Then they have an exfoliant, but this is a bit different. And then they have also double moisturizing process. So without further ado, I'm just gonna just jump into it. I'm just gonna start with the cleansing part. So what I have right here is probably, I would say this is probably a South Korean beauty brand called Bioma. This is a Bioma Milky Oil Cleanser. I don't know if y'all can see that. I don't know if y'all can get a focus on that. Yeah, Bioma Oil Milky Cleanser. Milky Oil Cleanser. That's primarily used, to cleanse and wash off the oils. And these are lightweight, so it's not going to be too much heavier bulk upon my skin. And that is also going to, but the double cleansing comes into effect because this actually is followed up with this. Something basic, Cetaphil Gentle Skin Cleanser. So I got my Cetaphil Gentle Skin Cleanser. I don't know if y'all can see it right there. But yeah, I also want to follow up with that cleanser with this cleanser, which would complete the double cleansing process. You know what I mean? And so after that double cleansing process is fulfilled and done, this is Paula's Choice Exfoliate 2% BHA Liquid Exfoliant. And I think this is like kind of like more of like the chemical cleanser or something like that. And this is going to be a bit different for me because this cleanser is actually a leave-on. So it's not a scrub. It's something that I use and I've read about, that it penetrates the skin barrier so it doesn't, kind of rough up your skin's protective barrier through a traditional scrub. And this is a leave-in, so I don't have to rinse it out or anything like that. So I got that popping off, and I heard that Paula's Choice is actually a good brand to go off of, so I'm going to go ahead and leave with that. And I'm going to apply that probably about like once or twice a week. I already got my day set, so we're going to be popping with that. Then, once applied, I'm going to follow up with this. This is also part of, and this is where we go into double moisturizing, where we're getting to like the South Korean beauty part of it. And this is another South Korean product called Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence by CosRx. Can you see if I can show y'all? I don't know if that's going to pop right there, but regardless, there we go. CosRx Snail Mucin Power Essence. This kind of gives you that face, that glow a little bit. And this is actually a moisturizing essence. So this is a bit different. So moisturizing essence, it just kind of like, based on what I'm reading right here, This essence helps the skin to lose less moist while keeping the skin smooth and healthy. And it also helps with, along with the exfoliate, helps minimize, sorry, dark spots, blemishes, and whatnot. And that moisturizing essence is to also be followed up with this another Bioma product, which is another South Korean product, moisturizing gel cream. I'm gonna show y'all real quick. Bioma moisturizing gel cream. I don't know if y'all can see that clearly, but there you go. There you go. This mucin power snail essence is to be followed up with this, which completes the double moisturizing process. And of course, I don't know why, and I haven't really been doing this more often. To be honest with you, I think this might be the first time I actually incorporated this to my skincare routine. I know, I could be such a noob with stuff like this, but again, this is why I have these conversations and this is why I put out content like this, because I want to show you the growth in real time in all my content, not just in the books I read, not just in the words I speak, not just in my fitness or not just in like the hats I wear, etc., but also in the beauty products that I use in terms of like my facial skincare. This is an SPF. This is a broad premium sunscreen facial lotion, broad spectrum SPF 50, water resistant from Sunbum. I didn't really go too crazy with the sunscreen, honestly. There are other ones, but excuse me, price was comparable when where I was, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna rock with this. All of this that I have actually shown you right here is to be followed up with this, especially during the summertime. You know, it's very important that you protect your face from the sun's UV rays, which prevents like, you know, harmful sun UV's damage to your skin. Any damage that like makes it look like you age faster, etc. I mean, y'all already know this. So this is my new skincare routine. I'm gonna based off of South Korean beauty standards, or at least I would say inspired by South Korean beauty standards, especially with the double cleansing and the double moisturizer, along with a new chemical exfoliant instead of the typical face scrub exfoliant that I've been using in order to cleanse and exfoliate without harming my skin's protective barrier. Now, the reason why I'm also experimenting with this, other than instead of just, hey, this is what I'm doing, is because, I'm reaching new levels in my life, and I got to level up my game in terms of all things, whether it be fitness, whether it be beauty, whether it be anything. And especially when it comes to my content right here. But this, I actually want to also put out to my guys, like, gentlemen, we need to take care of our face just as much as the ladies do. The ladies always get involved with taking care of their face. And it doesn't mean that y'all have to buy makeup or anything like that if that's not your style. That's not what I'm advocating for. What I'm telling you is that just because we are men, and just because we have beards, and just because we have a whole lot of testosterone pumping through our bodies, it doesn't excuse us from actually practicing basic skincare routines, even if you may have to go outside of the bounds and experiment and get skincare products that might traditionally be marketed towards women or towards the feminine. This is about experimentation. You guys need to get out. You guys need to, go outside the box and experiment a little bit more. Men need to take care of their facial skincare routine as much as the ladies do. And again, I say this over and over again in my content. First impressions last, and they matter the most. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. This will really help if you actually have a consistent skincare routine that you've experimented with and that you found that actually works for you, and you just leverage it and you just execute and you can be consistent with it. All this is not going to really work unless you're truly consistent with it, which is why I'm probably going to give you like a month and a half, maybe 2 month update, or make an update video as to how this product has benefited me. But until then, I just want to show you this is my new skincare routine. Fellas, do not be afraid to go outside the bounds. Do not be afraid to try or experiment anything different. We need to take care of our skin just like the ladies do. This is nothing controversial. This is nothing crazy. All right. I just want to help motivate and inspire you all guys. Listen, we need to try new things. We need to go outside the box. And sometimes we need to be willing to experiment so that we know what works for us and what doesn't work for us. You know what I mean? So the way I see it, ain't nothing wrong with better skincare. That's how I see it. And quite frankly, I think I'm actually going to enjoy this routine here just to see what it's like. And hopefully I can get a clean and clear luminous face, which adds to my already gorgeous, this adds to this gorgeousness that you already see before you. So that's going to be my new skincare routine. I'm going to give y'all an update in about a month and a half, maybe up to 2 months, just so we can really put that consistency into place. But we'll see how it goes from there. Anyway, I just want to tap in with y'all, show you what it is that I got going on a regular basis. There'll be more to come, so stay tuned for that. So without further ado, I'm going to catch y'all on the flip side. Don't be afraid to take care of your skin. Gentlemen, it has to be done, okay? I'm going to catch y'all on the flip side. Deuces, y'all.